Maybe you just have to get used to using it. Maybe I just suck at this. Hey there, welcome to the garage. If you're like me, you've seen ads for these all over the internet. These auto adjusting wrenches that you can put on any bolt of any size or shape, and they'll do great, and you can get rid of all the rest of your wrenches, et cetera, et cetera. So I bought one. It's not new technology. This has been around for a long time. They're kind of making a resurgence, I think, as if there's something new. But basically, they're spring loaded, and then as you turn them, they only turn one direction. So the harder you turn, the more pressure they put on the fastener, and that's why they work well on pipes. So I'm going to put it to a little bit of a test to see if it's useful at all in the garage or working on cars, because I'm not exactly sure it is. So the wrench I got was from a company called MichaelPro. They are not a sponsor of this video at all. There are other companies that make them. Pipe Vice makes one. I think Crescent makes one. Heck, I think even Gear Wrench makes one. They're all basically the same concept though. The first thing I noticed is, just because of the design, much like a crescent wrench, which is often has just a really big head on it, and it's hard to get in anywhere. This is kind of the same thing. You got to have a lot of space to get this thing in. So for a lot of bolts and nuts, this may not be very practical. So second to it being a little bit bulky, the spring in here, I can't see it. And from all practical purposes, this thing is not serviceable. So if the spring breaks or something happens to it, you're pretty much going to throw it away. The other thing that I've noticed already, I've had this out of the package about 10 minutes, and already the spring, it's kind of getting kind of gummed up. I don't know, that's a little irritating. The smaller end, it seems to still be working pretty good. I haven't used it very much. So let's see how this thing does on some bolts and nuts. So I'll use my Harbor Freight floor jack as a guinea pig. It's got some bolts that are easily accessible and have a few different sizes. So this is a 15/16. So this guy's supposed to go up to 1 1/4 inches. So it should go on there just fine. So, okay, that works. And then so it kind of self-adjusts that way. So that works. You definitely have to, there we go. Oh, it wants to slip off. There you go. Okay, so that works. I've got tons of room here to work. So that's easy. So what happens if I'm trying to get to a bolt that doesn't have quite as much room around it? I want to loosen this guy. This is ridiculous. Okay, there's no practical way to get on this guy to hold it in place, because I've got the floor. I guess I could raise if I didn't have the floor in the way, I could do it, but so it's not gonna get on that one so easy. Let's try a smaller one that's a little bit more accessible. Oh my gosh. Just want to pop itself off. And I guess that works, but I feel like that's really doing damage to the bolt already, just because of the way I had to get on it. I'll try a couple of bolts on my generator. Maybe you just have to get used to using it. Maybe I just suck at this. I'm trying to use it without using the little thumb. There we go. So once you get on there, okay, let me tighten it back the other way. I've gotten it loose now. I have this deck adjustment bolt on my lawnmower that's constantly vibrating itself loose. I have to tighten it up all the time. So I want to see, this is a 5/8. I guess I can kind of get on that. A whole lot easier with a ratcheting wrench. If I can go the other way. No, kinda. Okay. So does it even really work well on a pipe? I'll use it to loosen the handle on my jack. Yep, that worked. So this is not really a dig at MichaelPro, it just happens to be the one that I bought. As far as these wrenches go, they're probably just as good as anybody else. Pipe Vise or Crescent or Gear Wrench, I think, makes one. I was just kind of analyzing or looking at the design, the technology itself. I just don't think they're that practical for working on cars. They're great on pipes or bolts that you can get to very clearly and you have plenty of room to move. But would I use this instead of getting the correct wrench or socket in a situation? No, probably not. I think they may do a little damage to the fasteners over time just because of the way these teeth are designed. So not a big fan. But tell me if I missed something. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if this video made sense, or am I just being thick-headed? Did I miss how I should be using this? Do you use these on your when you're working on your car projects? That's really what I want to know, because I don't see it as being really the right way to go versus just using the right wrench. Hope this was entertaining. I appreciate you guys watching, and y'all have a great day. See you later.